somewhere, but in this Teams call, you will get the message that the recording is ready. So just for you to know, if you want to review it, maybe share it with somebody, you can feel free to do so. So for all of you that have joined, good morning. My name is DAVOR. Maybe you have already seen me. Maybe we have done something together already, some presentations. I come from Essilor, now EssilorLuxottica, a couple of years ago. So basically I come from lenses background, let's put it like that. For you that don't know me, I'm here already for 24 years. In January, it was 24 years, so a long time. Went through all departments, was leading countries. I was a manager for the region. And now I'm leading the training department for Central Eastern Europe for vision care, so for lenses mainly, and everything connected to vision. And I'm an optometrist. I also teach part-time on University of Optometry in Croatia. And I try to focus on some added value trainings or some specific product trainings, especially when somebody needs me to do it, like you asked for me, and then I do it for you. So that's just about me for you that haven't maybe seen me before or heard me. Today we have an amazing product which is called Transitions Color Touch. I hope again you can all see me and hear me. If there is any I don't know, issue with the video, reshare my screen again just to make sure that I have sound, because there is. So again, if there will be any issue, let me know. I will stop, I will restart, whatever, just so I know that you can follow me clearly. So this is a really an amazing product. Amazing, why I say amazing, because when I first joined Essilor a long time ago, all we had from photochromic offer was gray and brown. Probably some of you remember as well. So all you could offer was gray and brown, and it was not that beautiful. And honestly, only old people were wearing that, and that was true. That was 20 years ago. Now the story is so much different that transitions hasn't got anything to do with the generations there was when I was joining. So it's a completely new category of lenses. We have to say we reinvented, let's say, how lenses look. So that's why I say this is really an amazing thing and time to be in, to have this type of offer. And for you especially, because you, which are in shops selling this to customers, you have so much more to talk to about lenses than in any other combination or any other option. So that's why Transitions is so good, so easy to explain. That's why I like it. But I know you like it because I know you are selling the Transitions. So if we just go a step back and take a look at what we have today from Transitions, you know already the Gen S was launched, and it was also a breakthrough in technology, in fashion. We introduced style colors, and today we can really say it's the best everyday lens for everybody coming to your shop and asking for glasses. Why we say best? Because we will go a little bit through Gen S just to remind ourselves what it is, but it is basically changing the clear lens fully 100%. All the benefits a Transitions Gen S lens has are absolutely not comparable to a clear lens. So the value is there. Yes, the price is there as well. I absolutely agree. But the value is so much more than the price. And when you are able to explain the value of Gen S, then the price doesn't become an issue anymore. That's why I say it's really an everyday lens, exchanging a clear lens so you can sell it to anybody. I have some issues with my lungs for a while, so maybe I will cough a little. I apologize for that. Anyway, the second part, or the extra part, let's put it like that, is for people trying to or asking for something more. We have Transitions Extractive, both the polarized version and the classical version. They are amazing because if you have people like, for example, me, I have a lot of glasses, and one of the glasses are aviators. Aviators are usually sunglasses, not prescription glasses. And I have them with extractive when they are fully dark. Nobody can even guess that it's basically a clear lens which gets dark, because Transitions Extractive is so dark you do not even see a difference between a sun lens. And then again, it's fast, and then again, it's clear enough inside for me to be able to use them all day. So really an amazing thing for people that wants this extra darkness, maybe to look more like sunglasses. And then we have now the newest option, which is Transitions Color Touch, which is everything about style. So here we really speak about style. We have so many options, and we have to combine it with the frames and always show it. And that's basically the stylish option of this 3 setup offer that we have now from Gen S. So really you have everything for everybody. And that's the secret behind Transitions today. And of course, then the question is, why do we set up, or why do we offer a clear lens? By clear, we mean static lens. We call it a boring lens, because with a clear lens, all you talk about is refraction, correcting vision, removing scratches, of course, with transitions as well. But for an end consumer, that's might be not that exciting. That's why we have this new dynamic stylish offer which changes the game. So let's go for it. I mean, transitions is all about, again, colors. That's why you will see all the time colors, videos with colors. And remember, whenever you are in the shop, when you try to sell transitions, always have colors with you, either in a box or wearing them on your glasses, or having them somewhere already edged on some trial frames, because colors, when viewed, when seen, makes all the difference. So I said a little bit about transitions. I mean, transitions is not a new company. It's Style and Gen S, it's not a new product. We already have, by we, I mean, transitions is part of EssilorLuxottica now, but it was not the case before. Before EssilorLuxottica have acquired Transitions as a company, even after we acquired it, Transitions was the only company producing only photochromic coatings. So they are just imagining, inventing photochromic dyes to be able to create such a great lens, which is uncomparable with anything currently available on the market. That's why we say we really have a long history of pioneering in this dynamic light or in photochromic coatings. We also say it's a future of fiber. I would say future is now. I remember 5 or 10 years ago, I was saying, oh, if only we would have graduated lenses. Come on, now we have graduated lenses. It was a dream to have. And we thought maybe polarized would be good. They said, oh, come on, it's impossible or nearly impossible. Now we have it. So the technology goes so far now that the future of fiber is basically today. So we are now living in the future. Let's put it like that. And the last point really to say, and it's important to mention, is that the consumer is always in the middle. So your client is always in the middle of research. We also have to see what he needs. Not just what we think is beautiful, but what really an end consumer wants. And there was a lot of survey, which we will go through, and it's always with the client, with end consumer in the middle. So what about protection? Which colors? What do you want? This and this, and that's how we develop and I would say invent a lens. Just going to get a sip of coffee to wake up a little bit more. Anyway, we start with Gen S, just as a reminder. We say today that this is a new lens standard. So when we speak about lenses, basically we always think about in EssilorLuxottica, but more or less we also see opticians doing the same. Whenever we say a lens, a standard lens, we speak about transitions. We always start with transitions. And then if this doesn't work from some reason, then we can go to clear, boring, as we say, static lens. So that's why we call it really a new lens standard. If you remember, I did a transitions training for you. I remember it was some time ago, but the 3 pillars, the 3 main benefits, let's call it like that, for your customer in Gen S, so the everyday lens for your consumer is Gen Speed. If I would have you physically there, some face-to-face training, I would ask you to tell me, but now, of course, I cannot because you are too shy to write or to speak. But anyway, gen speed means that it's so quick to get dark, roughly 30-40 seconds, so you don't even feel it. Outside on the sun it's dark, and it's amazingly quick going back. I think 2 times quicker than the previous version. Roughly less than 3 minutes to go to go clear enough. You don't see it in the closed environment. So it's extremely fast. And anybody thinking that it's slow, that it's not dark enough, that it's slow fading back, that's not anymore the truth. So you can kick this out because it's really, really fast. It's smart. Why do we say it's smart? Because it's adapting to your light, of course. That's why we say it's smart. It's automatic. But more importantly, it focuses on your vision, enhances the contrast, reduces the time to, recuperate from the glare. When you see something, which there is a lot of glare with transitions, it's not anymore that difficult to go back to normal vision. So that's why we say it's really, really smart. And finally, we speak a lot about style. And style is same important as the quality of vision, but it's samely important as the speed to go dark or to go clear. And of course, style. Come on, this is something I promote so much, and I'm not disappointed, but I'm amazed when I go to the optical store and I see that the optical stores do not have demo versions, so demo lenses of Gen S style lenses. Some are sitting so they can use them and they can darken them and they can show them to end consumers. Because without showing these beautiful colors, transitions, it's impossible to comprehend and to understand to end consumer. Yes, you can explain to them they go dark on sun, they go back. But when you speak about colors, people are visual beings. We like to see stuff to be able to comprehend what it is. So that's why I ask you, really, and I will ask you a few times in this presentation, probably, use lenses either in your own frames, if you can order them, buy them, or get them, whatever, or have at least a few colors. You don't need to have all 5 or 8, complete of 8 colors, including gray, brown, and gray, green, but you can have them as a demo box somewhere. Because when you show them, it's a game changer, believe me. The lenses have today much better color consistency, which means when you look through them, the blue really shines blue. The red really shows the red color. And when you look at the color, even in this starting stage, so when it's like 15%, 20%, it is blue or sapphire or amethyst. It's not grayish until it comes to 50% to become sapphire. No, it's sapphire from the beginning all the way till the end. So that even more makes it beautiful to see, even when it's in unactivated stage. And yeah, again, I said colors. Show colors, combine them, especially with some more intense frames if you wear them. I have a lot of frames. If I would go now and show you, I had to build like 3-4 drawers in my house to be able to fit my and my wife's glasses. But more importantly, all of them, at least the prescription one, all of them except one is transitions. So I have almost all lenses transitions, all variations of colors. And honestly, when I go out and when I talk to my friends, more or less all of them ask me, what is this combination? What is this color? It's amazing, and so on. So it's a conversation starter as well. And that will be the same for your customers. The colors are much more vibrant compared to the previous version. So they are really visibly colorful. They are not somewhere in between. And what I like, and I can prove this because my wife is an optician. I worked in an optical store a long time ago, but I'm promoting this with my friends that have optical stores, and they tell me the same thing. Once people start wearing transitions, they come back and they want it again. So you do not need to sell the story again. You just need to choose the color or the design of the lens. So that's also fun or easy. So you are selling them only once. All other times people are coming back for lenses, they want them back. They are so good. And when people are being asked, the ones wearing clear lenses, when they are shown the colors and explained what it does, 9 out of 10 say they would choose transitions over clear lenses. So for you, I would say not an easy job, but easier job to persuade, because you know more or less, if you explain it well and if you show colors, people will probably buy it. We historically, let's say, struggled, not we in Essilor, but we in the optical business, to introduce these lenses in the younger population. By younger population, I mean between 20 and 40. Let's put it like that. Because when we come to presbyops and progressive lenses, people usually are easily persuaded to transitions because the difference in price is smaller between clear and transitions in progressive lenses than it is in the single vision area. And it was not that easy, but even people did not believe in it and so on, the opticians and even the end consumers. Today, I can tell you that 80% of young wearers, when they see the choice of colors, when they see the transitions color touch version, especially, they are preferring and they would buy it. So they would consider buying transitions. Clear wearers, 77%. Young wearers, which is more important, 80%. So don't be shy to offer it to a 33, whatever years old guy or a girl, because when you show them colors, when you show the combination between frames and lenses, they will say, wow, for sure. And you have a new client that will buy transitions. And when they come back, again, they will just choose another color or same if they like it. That's the secret behind. So we speak about the colors. I will show you a video to see a little bit of how these colors look. So after that, we continue.
Wow, it's too good, the secret is out, and wow, pay attention so you know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Wow, it's too good, the secret is out, and wow, like everywhere, so word of mouth, and it's time to get to places I wanna go. Straight to the top, no never taking it so. Do it in style, I'm gonna give them a show. Pay attention so you know.
I hope you like the colors. Why I think this will even more be an option, because if you take a look at these bloggers, or even if you take a look at big events like Oscars, like Golden Globe Awards and music awards, you will see people wearing glasses that they have a dash of light, dash of color in their glasses, which are sunglasses, not the transitions, but that's exactly what transitions is following. So we are following trends, or let's say maybe we are even creating trends by having this dash of color in the undarkened stage of light. So you see those colors slightly visible, but they are not disturbing, so you can work, you can still do whatever you want with them, but they make your glasses look completely different. So that's transitions color touch. And it is a dynamic lens, as I said, so it is a Gen S technology behind. It goes extremely fast to go dark, so let's say 40 seconds, it's extremely fast to go back to this touch of light state. And the beginning is, we call it an always on touch of color. So just to have this in your mind, that's why it's good to have a demo lens, to show them how it looks, first to show the beauty of it, but second, for them to understand that they will always have a dash of color or slight of colored lens in the undarkened or unactivated stage. The color touch, yes, Gen S, we have 8 colors, but those 8 colors include brown, gray, and graphite green. The color touch we are not going to do, or we are not doing in gray, brown and graphite green. We are doing it just in the stylish colors on purpose, because people, especially young people, but more or less all people, want their glasses to be a statement. With these colorful options, you will enhance the statement combined with the frame. That's why we just choose the style colors to be color touch. So just for you to understand, color touch, you can have only, it is 5 dazzling colors. So we can repeat them. Amethyst, and it's really like this. So it really looks like this. It's not, enhanced color. Sapphire is blue. I have them in 2 frames, especially in the transparent ones. They look amazing. Ruby, I have one in black frame. It's also amazing how it looks. Amber, I have in Ray-Ban Meta. It's completely matching my brown Ray-Ban Meta. And Emerald, I don't have. So I think the only I don't have is Emerald and Amethyst, which I need to now, of course, try. But they are really, really amazing. So those are the colors, and the effects you will have are on the left side of the screen. You will see the gradient version. So really like classical graduated lens, which you would order. Usually, I remember when now I was more involved in the retail, I remember people having these below the eyes, I don't know how they are called, these baggies, which I have, or wrinkles, or something that you don't like. Usually you order a slight dash of light to reduce the visibility of. Secondly, people that want glasses to be different, not to have glasses that everybody else has, goes for graduated lens. And now you have this option, plus you have them as a sunglass option because they go dark, but you also have them as clear and intermediate. So really you have everything in one lens. You are covering basically all the population with those 2 effects. The only difference is the one is graduated. The second one we call washed, means that it has this touch of colors, but throughout the all lens. One reminder here is, have in mind, for graduated or gradient versions, try not to choose a small frame or a narrow frame, because then you will not have this gradient effect. For this gradient effect to be visible, the frame needs to be slightly larger. So just have this in mind when you will be recommending frames and thinking about transitions color touch. Try to choose bigger frame, because then the gradient version will be really visible. With small frames, it will possibly be looking more like a washed version than a gradient version. So just have this in mind when you will be recommending frames to match these lenses. I hope all is clear until now. If you have any questions, I hope you can see me or hear me, because I don't see you. So if you could just give me a thumbs up, you have somewhere in the Teams application a thumbs up or down, whatever, or heart, or I don't know what you have. So just that I know that you are here and that you can see me, hear me, and listen to me. Anybody, because there is probably a lot of you now on this call. So you should find like icons with thumbs up. Please let me know that you can hear me, that I'm not disconnected and you're not sleeping. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Laura. Good, good. So you are alive, you are listening. Okay, cool. So let's continue. I will repeat, of course, a couple of times. So I will fly through some of the slides because we are repeating ourselves, but it's important to understand that this is always on touch color. We have a gradient version and we have a washed version, which is completely covered with color, not like a gradient one. So one thing also to mention, and we will focus more on youth and on younger wearers, because when we ask people, what would you like your glasses to be? Yes, the refracting vision and having vision quality probably falls in the high place. Having them last long also falls higher in the place. But now we see that more than 8 out of 10 people wants their glasses also to be fun and to functional. I think one of the things why we are seeing people wanting to have their glasses being functional and fun are also Ray-Ban Meta, and these new wearables, which makes glasses different. Now they are not anymore just for refracting vision. They can be fun, they can be functional. Transitions absolutely goes into this category, because now I can even be so straightforward to say that you can even match your frame by the color of your lens, and not vice versa. Because until now we took a frame and then we matched the lens into the frame. Now we can focus on the lens, choose a color, and let's match a frame that fits this color of lens perfectly. So you can do it even vice versa, because today a lens becomes absolutely the same functional part in terms of style and fashion like the frame does. And you did not have this before. You just had lenses to correct vision. Remember, now it's a different story. So now you have lenses that are absolutely samely functional and fun to wear as frames are. And that's what we need to explain and tell to our customers. I said already, Color Touch, whether it's a gradient version or it's a washed version, is a Gen S technology. It's only gradient or washed. Everything else is it's the same. They are extremely fast to activate, roughly, as I said already, I think 2 times, 40 seconds to go dark, less than 3 minutes to go back to unactivated state, so you don't see them. They have this subtle tint, they have all the protection, and they have the contrast enhancement when you look through those glasses. So they are improving vision. They are not just protecting vision from glare or from extreme light or from UV or whatever, but they really make it better. So that's what I'm telling you, because those arguments you are using to sell and to respond to the needs of your clients. And that's important, because usually whatever we do, when we are selling something, we are selling the benefits of a lens. We are not selling the technology or the gradient version. We are selling what these lenses are giving to our consumers. So that's why I'm trying to give you always the benefits of a lens to a consumer. So we say it's a cocoon, or I don't know how I would even translate this to my language, but we say it's a protection layer around your eyes, which is giving you everything. Yes, it is refracting your vision. It is giving your vision a good quality, but it is protecting it. It is making your eyes look different. It is changing your style. So basically, it turns around everything around your eyes. So it's a new era for wearing lenses. Good. We should not forget about the protection. So I remember when we were launching Gen S, there was a survey where they asked people to position on the importance level what is the most important for them. And we had protection, we speak about transitions, the darkening speed, the fading back speed, the long-termness, so how long they will last, and protection. And we were all amazed when people more or less put the protection on the highest level. So we thought that the protection would be something, back, because they want style, they want them to last, they want the price, but no, people really wanted the protection. So don't forget to mention that those lenses, so all Gen S lenses, transitions, Gen S, transitions extractive and transitions color touch, they have a blue-violet light protection. And this is usually something that you have to sell as an extra through EPS or Blue Cat or Prevencia, whatever. Here you don't have to sell it as an extra, but you need to mention it, because it is an additional value for this lens. By that, I just thought that somebody from you sent me a message. By that, I mean all transitions lenses, no matter which category are, Gen S, extractive, or color touch, they are filtering up to 51% when you are inside of blue-violet light, and up to 93% if you are outside and wanting to work on your phones, on your screens, or in general, just spending time outside. That gives you an extremely, a great added value for your lenses, and telling people that are spending a lot of time on phones, on screens, that you are protected, my dear lady or my dear sir. You do not need to put anything up there. You are on top of everything, which I told you. You also have a blue-violet light protection. You also have a UVA and UVB protection. So from health point of view, you are not the protect, but you have the best possible protection that you can put on your eyes. On top of that, of course, we speak about light and glare, but we already probably sold the glasses until this point. So don't forget about mentioning, talking, especially if somebody is more health oriented, we have to say it and we have to know it. Gen S, one of the parts of Gen S, which is of course part of the color touch as well as a category, is the customer needs in terms of contrast enhancement. And there was a test, maybe you remember, in Gen S, test both for the contrast enhancement compared to a clear lens, and of course the speed of recovery when you are being dazzled by light. In both cases, transitions was outperforming any clear lens, even by minutes, because if you are wearing a clear lens and you go outside and you are being dazzled by light, difference between transitions and clear lenses, with transitions lens you recover I would say 3 times faster to be able to again see clearly. With the clear lens, your eyes, when they're dazzled, they needed much more time to recover back to a normal vision. And the same is with the color contrast. When you are looking some colors, some black and white or some colorful background, transitions always makes it much better, especially when there is glare around. So when we compare it to a clear lens, there is no comparison for quality of vision, let's put it like that. So on top of refraction, on top of vision acuity, you are additionally getting a contrast enhancement, which usually we do not measure in the refraction room, but here you are basically getting it with transitions. So in a nutshell, we have a stylish look, but we have a quality of vision as well. And we went through all of this. Slight color indoor, protection all the time, no matter inside or outside. It is as dark, or it can be dark, almost as a sun lens. It is extremely fast, and it is clear indoor with a touch of light to make it more fashionable. So that's, in a nutshell, what can we say to our customer. Anyway, if you have any questions or you disagree with something, please let me know. I will try to change your opinion. Good. So I already spoke about young wearers, and I already spoke about fashion and style for a numerous number of times. But here we see, or we say, but we see because there was a study done on 300 and I don't know how many wearers or 1,000 wearers. It's all written on the bottom. How would they like their glasses to enhance their image or their style or themselves? And 83% of them agree that their glasses are an extension of themselves. So why do I agree absolutely with this? And we need to understand this before we are starting to sell transitions. Because a man and women, when they're creating their image and style, and when they, I don't know, wake up in the morning, and I saw my wife doing this, and she woke me up at 6, and she was trying to match her jeans with a t-shirt, then with some earrings, and then she asked me, where did I put it? Of course, I didn't put it anywhere. She did. But anyway, she's matching her image based on wardrobe, on shoes, on trousers. Why not do the same with glasses? Because glasses are enhancing your image and your style. You can match them with type of outfit you wear, with type of day, with type of occasion, with type of feeling you have. So it is really an extension of yourself. And by saying this, we are changing the perception of glasses and of the lenses. They are not just anymore refracting your vision and correcting, but they are changing how you look, either for the better or for the worse. I hope not for the worse, but they are enhancing your statement, what you want to say to the world. And I can tell you it's amazing. When you combine them with a little bit more different frame, they really make a statement. It starts to be a conversation maker between people, because people first ask, oh, good frame. Oh, what is this color? Well, how? And especially when it's in an undarkened stage, in gradiated version, it's a conversation starter. So this is basically also an ambassador of your new wearers. They can possibly also say, yeah, I bought them in optical store. You can go check it out. So think about it like that. 72% of young wearers, again, you will see 80 to 35, that they should play a role in their style. That's exactly what I just said. We do not have those people entering your shop asking for transitions today, which will probably change tomorrow, because when you start promoting the style as you do, you mainly always speak about frames, about brand, about style, about color, about I don't know, design of the frames. You did not talk about lenses this way until now. So you can do that. Even you can start with stylish colors of lenses and then match them with frames. And then this makes a punch. And I can tell you, at least in the regions that I'm covering, we have a lot of bloggers and people wanting to try something new, because this is not available everywhere. Let's be clear, Essilor is currently the only one having something like this. They want to try it. Once they try it, they promote it. And once they promote it, people know about it and then come back to your store and they ask for it. So it's really a game changer. Again, I think I already said it, but you need to understand it absolutely, and then you need to promote it passionately as I'm trying to pass it to you. That's the exact way how I would pass it to my consumer if he was in front of me. And I would, of course, show it. I would wear it and I would show it, and it would be really a difference. And remember, we should always think about offering it to this population between 80 to 35, because they can make a difference. The 60 years plus probably do not have the same overview of style and of fashion like 18 to 35 does. And they do not promote it the same way. I'm not saying anything against, don't misunderstand me. But now we have an option to expand our group of consumers with transitions lenses. We know who they are. We know what they do. They are leading digital, or we call it phygital lives. They have a lot of followers. So they are becoming our spokesman. We change their style. They change their style themselves by putting crazy glasses. I call them crazy, but different glasses on their hands, and it's matching their new generation outfit. So it becomes part of culture and part of fashion. And yeah, we are turning, finally, the statement, we are turning the glasses into your statement. So that's something I truly believe. As one of the glasses I'm wearing, I wanted to darken them, but I could not find the UV lamp, and I have unfortunately a bad weather in Zagreb, so I could not go out and darken them on the sun. They would be slightly dark, of course, because there is UV, but not as I would like them to be. So it is becoming my statement. Today I chose this ones. I have aviator, which I will wear outside for a coffee later, and I have one ruby, which I usually wear when I'm differently dressed, and I use this. So it's really, I'm trying to match the frames according to what I am and what I wear to make a statement. So that's me. So that's why I truly believe in this. And finally, combination of, we call it color matching. Color touch and color matching makes the frame choice fun. So imagine yourself in your shop. When somebody comes to your shop, starts the conversation what he needs, and usually first you go to choose a frame. Then when you are choosing a frame, you are talking about the design, what they need, how they fit the face, how they fit their style. But now on top of that, you are choosing a color of a lens. So you are not talking about refraction anymore. You are introducing a completely new variable in the conversation of the frame story, selling the frame. So you're talking about the color, which color you like more or less, and then you are speaking about the effect. And then you say, for you, I recommend the gradient version of Ruby because it fits this frame perfectly. And you look how dark it is. It's really beautiful. It changes everything. And then when you come to a selling desk, you are not anymore selling transitions. You are just choosing the color. And that's a game changer. So that's why I recommend always matching color of transitions with frames during the frame choice period. It's going to make choice of transitions much easier when you sit down and then try to sell lens to match the frame. And let's say combinations are endless because you have 8 Gen S colors. You have 5 transitions color touch colors, gradient. You have 5 transitions color touch washed, and you have extractive 3 colors. So the combinations between the color of the frame and the need of a customer and the style of a person, you can do whatever you want. So that's the beauty of it. So the ruby is the one I like the most, honestly, and it fits my black frame perfectly. But I saw the ruby also in the Chanel rimless frame, and it looks amazing when it's clear. Nobody even gets it, but when you go out, it becomes ruby, visibly ruby red, and people, they're amazed. What, you have new glasses on? What did you change them? No, it's just glasses that went too dark. I have them on my black glasses, and they really look nice on black. Amber usually is good for enhancement, even more the color contrast. If you want color contrast to be enhanced, amber is to go, and they really look nicely red brown. Let's put it like that. Really nicely brown. Sapphire, I use them in the transparent frame, because transparent and blue, somehow in my mind, they work together, and they really do. But of course, you can use them in any combination. Amethyst, I haven't used them, but I have some new frames coming, some Persols and some Brunellos, so I will try to match maybe amethyst to those, and I will persuade my wife to do the same, because she's getting also some new frames, and a classical emerald lens. If somebody wants to go this direction, again, a great color contrast, you can go for emerald. So you really have 5, or let's say 10 different versions, because always remember, you have a gradient one, but you also have a washed one as well. So you have 10 options to choose from Color Touch. Okay, so how do we share this to our customers? What is the core message of Color Touch? So we always try to focus on the needs of the customer, and how do we sell it to them. So the core message is, they are beautiful colors. They can match your style, whatever you are wearing. They have soft tint inside, but when you go outside, they become rich, they become colorful, and they really change the style, or enhance the stylish look of yourself. So 3 things, or ABC things, we use as a secondary message. We have, again, I said 5 colors, but 2 effects to choose from, so we can really inspire everybody on whatever they wear. We have to link it with protection, and mention the protection, because you are also protected, not just stylishly looking, but you are protected all the time. You don't even need to think about it. The protection is there. And of course, they are so fast, you don't think about it. They are automatic. So those are basically 3 messages to repeat. And when we go to a little bit more detail, 2 colors, or sorry, two effects, 5 colors. And what we can use an example of the speech, not this exact one, but you can use it. What people usually love about transitions color touch is that the first thing you see is that the color is there. So everybody can see the color, or the shape, or the style of lenses that you wear. But then when you go outside with them, they become much deeper and much richer, and they are really nicely colored. So that's a core of discussion about the colors. What about color pairing? Usually we can recommend the color which we think matches the person style, but they can also choose on themselves which color they would choose, but then you can maybe guide them. For you, it would be great, the gradient version, because if you are inside, the bottom part would be completely clear, but the upper part will still give you this nice color touch when you are inside. Link style with comfort and protection. Yes, you are always protected. You do not even have to think about it. That's the important part to always try to mention. And then, of course, and they're so quick, when you go outside, you will not even feel the darkening part. They will be darkened when you are inside, until you open your doors and you go up to the apartment and close the doors and look around. They are already clear. You are not squinting or searching because they are dark. So those are 3 messages to pass when we speak about pairing, when we speak about protection, and then lastly, when we speak about the speed of it. And to whom and to how to recommend. So usually what I do is, we have workshops, and we have a Gen Z younger generation of people, let's say, which they want personalization, they want to be different, they want to be crazy, they want to have something that nobody has. We have the option to offer it now. So we really now have 10 crazy options to match their crazy attitude. Let's put it like that. So usually what I would ask you to tell me, how would you introduce this to your wearer? And then you tell me, or let's say we play a little bit. Now just think about how you would propose or how you would recommend transitions color touch to this new Gen Z self-expressionists. I think it would be interesting now to use the colors to talk about style, to talk about differentiation, to talk about individualization, so you will be really one of a kind with this option. Maybe this would be a way. What about millennials? A bit older guys, but still not used to wearing transitions, because transitions and photochromic lens is an old saying. You know, I don't want photochromic, my mother and my father were, or my grandmother. No, this is not the same anymore. Those guys, samely self-expressionist, they want to have a statement, they want to have a bold message going outside, they want their glasses to be part of them. What do we do to them? How would we introduce this to them? Would we talk about more about protection, more about automatization, or also talking about colors and changing colors and showing them colors? Gen X, my generation, the best one, of course, are not that much used to wearing colors and wearing transitions. Well, I am, but my people around me not so much. But that has to change, and that is changing today, because when they are aware what exists and what they can really put on their glasses, they think differently. Absolutely, it's a game changer. So that's why I say, how would you now update your offer, include transitions color touch in the offer for them, and to see how it reacts and to see how people are accepting it, wearing it, and then coming back maybe 2 years after to just choose another color. And then lastly, boomers. Boomers, maybe we speak about protection, maybe we speak that you are fully protected, or maybe we speak about automatization. You don't even to think about lenses. They are always protecting your vision from light, from glare, from sun. But on top of that, you can also play with colors. I see you have a beautiful scarf, or you have a nice outfit. We can match your color with your outfit. It doesn't cost any extra. You are just choosing what you like and how you feel. So maybe that's the way how to introduce this to boomers. I leave this up to you, because you will have a different approach for all, different approach for young ones, different approach for boomers, different approach for my Gen X generation. But what I can just tell you, it works, because people want this. No matter which category they are, they want this. Until they are aware of it, they will not buy it. After they are aware of it, after you show them, then they are, I would say, in high percentage expectancy to buy it. If by any chance you do not have colors, demo colors in your shops, and you cannot show them, you can always try this color touch or application, color match, I think it's called. I was trying to remember how it's called. I think it's called color match, where you can scan the QR code. I think you should get it from your Essilor colleagues. The QR code, you can put it somewhere in your shop. People scan it. They put their glasses that they have chosen on their face, and then with the app, they scan them, they look at themselves through a camera on the backside, and then the app automatically changes the colors according to your needs. So you want amethyst, it shows you the gradient version, it shows you the washed version. You can darken them, you can lighten them, and they can feel and see how they would look with different colors. So if you want, you can take a picture of this slide now, and then later on use it amongst yourself, share it amongst yourself. There will be, of course, a recording of this video. So if you do not take a picture now, you can always check a recording, go all the way till the end, and then again pause and take a picture of this, and it will bring you directly to the app, which you can then play with your customers and show them the colors, even if you do not have demo lenses in your shop, with the frames that they have chosen in your shop. So really a nice tool to be used to enhance the color message that we want. So to do a takeaway, we said it's a perfect primary pair, but it can also be a perfect secondary pair. If we say the Gen S and everyday lens is the first pair, but the stylish option is maybe a second pair. It goes to all generations, as you have seen, from millennials, from Gen Z to Gen X, through boomers. Everybody will have a part of this story, stylish story for themselves. It's just the way we approach them, but it basically it's an extension of your style. So the glasses becomes part of your message, part of your style that you want to show. And it's really like that. We see it today, and you can really show it through the app. But of course, the best way would be if you have a demo lens right there and show it to a customer, but try to wear it as well. Wear it in your head, because when you wear it, when you show it, it is a different story. When you recommend something you wear than something you do not wear. If you can, of course, purchase one pair, or maybe you get some discount, and then you can put these stylish lenses on your face. Not sure if this is the last slide. I think it is. Well, this is the last slide. But that's Transitions Color Touch for you. That's a Transitions family, let's say. So with Transitions family, we are covering everybody's needs. From the young age all the way to the oldest age. We can choose the classical version, we can choose the everyday version, but we can also choose a stylish version that is changing your appearance and making a big, big statement that is today really needed. And that's Transitions Color Touch. Okay, I hope I managed to spark a little bit, a spark with you, that you will passionately promote it, that you will passionately sell it, and that you will have a great feedback coming from your customers saying that it's amazing lens. I don't know if I have any comment, because I was not looking at the chat. Maybe I have some. Okay, I do have. So you do not have it yet. Okay, thank you for answering my question half an hour ago. Thank you. So you do not have it yet. I suppose that you will have it. That's why we did this color touch training. When the gradient version gets dark, it is also stays gradient, or it is the lens fully dark? Yes, thank you, Agne, for this question. When it goes dark, it is fully dark. So it is the same as a standard Gen S version, or as a Gen S version. So it's fully dark. It's not gradient dark. So both the washed version and gradient version, when they go dark, they are fully dark. They are not gradient dark or somehow else. Only the visible difference is in the I think. Yeah, Eva was joining, so she answered. Thank you, Eva. I didn't see it. Yeah. So you got the answer. They are just fully dark when they are in dark state. When they are in the clear state, then you see this gradient and washed version. Then we have a question. You mentioned that Transitions Color Touch is based on Gen S technology. Could you please confirm whether the maximum darkness level is the same as Gen S? Yes, I can confirm this. So because it's a Gen S technology, the maximum color is same as Gen S. In both the washed version and in the gradient version. The only difference is that we left this washed color in the undarkened state to be visible. Everything else is basically the same as Gen S. The contrast enhancement, the vision enhancement, the coloring, the speed, the darkening, everything is the same. If a customer would like these glasses as their first pair, can they be used without any restrictions, such as for night driving? Yes, great question. That's something I left for the end after I solve all the questions. Officially, the Transitions Color Touch and washed versions are not recommended, as somebody already answered. It's not suitable for night driving. It's not suitable legally for night driving. So because we cannot have lenses with this certain category of darkness, to be for night driving. But basically, you can try if you wish. Nobody for sure will tell you anything, and I don't think there is a law against it anywhere. But at least not in our country. But anyway, officially and legally, if somebody asks you, yes, it's not for night driving. And that's something we will always have in the price list and in the leaflets of transitions, both the color touch and the washed version. I hope I answered the question, but it's already answered. Can we tell that Transitions Color Touch is the best product for people who get sensitive eyes? We can say this for entire Janus portfolio. With the special, let's say, attention on people that are sensitive on bright light or are photosensitive. So if people, for example, have really clear eyes, transparent eyes, like blue or green, really, really transparent, they need better protection. By better, I mean they need more color in their lenses because their iris is transmitting all the light around them. So from that point of view, I could say that the color touch, because they have a touch of color, are a better solution than Gen S, because Gen S is basically completely clear. So the answer is absolutely yes. When you see a person maybe with really clear eyes, yes, maybe the option for them automatically would be to recommend Transitions Color Touch. I hope I answered the question. To clarify, is it a standard tinted lens, gradient, or solid tint category 1 combined with transitions technology? Or is the tint itself produced by transitions molecules that function somewhat differently from those used in regular transitions Janus lenses? What I would say, and I'm not sure about the technology behind, and I will ask for it, but as far as I understand, the transitions technology molecules are behind, because you can I don't know how to say, make or fix molecules to, Eva, are you here? You wanted to say something? No, okay. You can fix transitions molecules to do what you want. You can fix them to be more dark or less dark. So now you can play with the molecules. So as far as I know, it's the transitions molecules function differently on top and the bottom of the lens, because otherwise, even in the darkened state, dark stage, you would see different color on the upper part than on the bottom part of the lens. So it's all about transitions molecules. There is no specific tint on the lens. So I answered all of the questions, and thank you for the questions. Really good questions. And that makes it even more interesting that you have been following and that you are really interested in this technology. Again, the recording is there. It's we broke time for 2 minutes, which again is a nice timing for all of us. I hope when this lens will be available in your markets that you will jump immediately on it, promote it, propose it, because again, it's something different. When you passionately promote it, even if you have optical stores around you that are promoting it, not everybody is passionate enough around it. So when you become this stylish oriented optical store, people will see you differently. Maybe you will get a lot more clients that usually would not come to ask for these different versions of frame and lenses combinations. So try to have demo lenses if you can. Try to have this color match app, which I showed, which you can later check in the recording, and try to wear it yourself if you can, because then it, of course, makes even a stronger impact. Okay, so that's it from me. I don't know if anybody has anything else to add, to say from your team, from my team, if anybody is here. If not, I leave you to enjoy the day.
Thank you for interesting presentations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope it was interesting. I wish you a great Friday and an amazing weekend with a lot of sun, hopefully, finally. And see you soon. Bye to all.